While I'm all for the growth of entrepreneurship in the country, I somewhere believe that most people are becoming entrepreneurs for the wrong reasons. Most people are becoming entrepreneurs because they're chasing this glamour and limelight and this cool quotient that comes with being an entrepreneur. The reality is this: entrepreneurship is not a fashion show where you come and showcase some extravagant clothing that you will never wear outside in normal life. When you embark on this journey of building a business, it's important that you evaluate your business and answer some critical questions so that you're building a sensible business. So let us understand through this video what are the 10 critical questions you need to answer to build a sensible business. And at the end of this video, I have a special invitation for you to take your learning to the next level and improve your skills and knowledge as an entrepreneur so that you can grow the performance of your business. So here are the 10 critical questions for you to answer to build a sensible business. The first one is, who do you want to serve? Every business starts with the customer as the start point. You need to be clear who is your target customer, who you would like to add value to, who you would like to serve, who you would like to impact. That's the first critical question. Who do you want to serve? The second critical question that you need to answer while you're designing your business is, what problem do you want to solve for this target customer? At the end of the day, every product or every service either needs to solve a significant problem or fulfill a significant need or desire for the target customer to be willing to spend money on it. Which brings me to the third important question, which is, what qualifies you to solve that problem? This is where you need to be honest with yourself and you need to define your core competence as an entrepreneur. What is that differentiating capability that you carry which nobody else in the market carries? How are you different and effective from the market alternatives? What is special about you? What makes you stand out? What is your core competence? That is something that you need to identify early on so that you build your business around your core competence, which is your deepest foundation. Now, once you answer these three questions of who do you want to serve, what problem do you want to solve, what qualifies you to solve that problem, then you go to the fourth question, which is, how will you make the money? Because at the end of the day, remember the truth. Only starting a business because you think it is your passion is not good enough. Passion is equal to hobby. Only starting a business because you have this purpose to add value and impact your customers is not good enough. Only purpose is charity. A true business is one where there is passion, purpose, and profitability. So it's important for you to have that profit consciousness and define how will you make the money. How will you make sure that you are able to sell that product or service at a price which the customer is willing to pay and yet make a profit for yourself? If you don't have an answer to how will you make money, then what you're doing is wishful thinking, not really starting a business. And the fifth question is, who do you need on your team for you to be able to add massive value to your customers? This is where you got to define what are the roles that are required in your business. What are the skills required that people need to have to fulfill those roles that are required for your business? If you don't have clarity of roles and skills required, then you may end up in the trap of hiring anybody and everybody who cannot do anything, and everything comes on your head and your shoulders. So make sure you clearly answer this question of who do you need on your team to be able to add massive value to your customers. And then you go down to answering the sixth critical question, which is, how much money do you need to get started? At the end of the day, business requires an investment. You need to map out what are those critical areas where you cannot compromise on investing. Don't try to do everything without investing. Make sure that you make those critical investments to give your business the correct jump start, and define what is that amount of money you need and where do you need to put that money in the business for you to be able to start a stable business and not fall into the trap of struggling right from day one. Which naturally leads to the next question, which is, where will you get this money from? Now, this is where, as a business owner, as a first-time entrepreneur, you need to identify your sources of investment. It could be your savings from your professional career in the past, or it could be you borrowing money from your family members, your friends, or it could be that you find some fools who are willing to invest in your idea without you having any tangible, minimal, viable product. And when I use the word fools, I use that with a lot of love and respect for these people, because they are willing to bet on you. They are willing to bet on your dream without you having anything tangible to showcase to them. Which brings me to the 8th critical question that you need to answer to build a sensible business. And the 8th critical question is, how will you sell to your customer? At the end of the day, sales equals income. No sales equals no income equals no business. So it's important that you have a clear answer to this question of how will you sell to the customer. Are you going to be selling personally? Are you going to be building a sales team? Are you going to be setting up a sales channel like dealers and distributors or franchisees? Are you going to be selling digitally? It's important that you identify the right channel for you to be able to sell your product or service, through which your customer will be willing to buy and through which you can close deals consistently. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know how will you be selling to your customer, you would have built the best product or the best service on the planet, but it is of no good and no value if it's not reaching the right customer. Which brings me to the 9th critical question for you to answer to build a sensible business. And the 9th critical question is, how will you scale this business? Now, this is a very important question to answer right at the initial stages of your business. Most people think, Rajiv, let me start the business, let me stabilize the business, then I'll think about scaling it up. But no, when you do not have a plan for scale right at the initial stages, the chances are that you will end up building something which is a trap of self-employment, where you are going to be busy doing everything by yourself and you're just playing the game of month-to-month survival. Having clarity of what is a scalable model in your business, in your industry, in your product or service line is extremely crucial. And this is where you need to learn how to design profitable, scalable business models. You need to study the business models of some of the most successful businesses in your industry, and you need to devise your pathway for scalability. If you're not going to build a business for scale, there is no point building a business, because you will then end up being a freelancer in that industry, and being a freelancer is not equal to building a business. Which brings me to the 10th and final critical question that you need to answer as a business owner if you want to build a sensible business. And the 10th and final question is, why do you want to build this business? This is where you got to go deeper than your layers of logic. This is where you got to listen to your heart and ask yourself, what is that deeper driving force? What is that deeper why? That reason of why you want to build this business. And usually, the more emotional this answer is, the more powerful your business will be. Because at the end of the day, your business is an accumulation and an integration of your skills, knowledge, and your driving force, which is your deeper motive. If you don't have clarity of your deeper purpose of why you are building this business, then you will lose energy very soon as you start facing challenges while building the business. Being connected to that deeper why is your energy, it's your fuel, it's your source of inspiration to keep you pushing forward and building a business irrespective of what challenges come your way. It's important for you to know the why before you get started with the business. If you found these 10 questions useful, and you started answering these 10 questions for your existing business as well, then I have an invitation only for those of you who are already running a business. My invitation is to spend 2.5 hours with me at my Business Success Workshop. At the Business Success Workshop, I help you do a detailed evaluation of your existing business so that you can identify whether you're building an owner-driven business, a money-driven business, a team-driven business, or a system-driven business. And then at the Business Success Workshop, I teach you the skills of how do you build a system-driven business and how do you set up your business in a manner where it can grow without you. I invite you to invest these 2.5 hours of your time in this learning journey, because tens of thousands of entrepreneurs have benefited from attending this 2.5 hour Business Success Workshop. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link below and continue your learning journey and help me help you build a successful business.